after hours got a call late last night. I'm up this morning at 7 a.m. and headed to this call. I called him and said, see, we missed a call from you last night. If you mind, I can be there in 5 minutes. And she said, bring it on. So I'm headed that way, bright and early. Early bird gets the worm, I guess. But we're going to head over there. She said we just serviced this unit a couple weeks ago or something, and it just randomly stopped. 393. Randomly stopped and like 5 minutes before 10 or something, she said last night. It just cut off and it never came back on. So we're gonna go check it out. We're in heat mode this time of year, so we'll see what we got going on. Could be multiple things. This is a train, I believe, so could just be out on that defrost board throwing a code that it does sometimes in the wintertime. And I'll show you that bypass the train wants us to do, if that's the case. Could be TXV randomly failed, could defrost board. It could have just cut in the defrost and never came back on, so this might need a reset. So we're just gonna check it out and see what's going on. We're here. Do a display on the thermostats. This fuse was popped. It looks like they've had issues in the past because this is a 5-amp fuse. I'm pretty sure it should be a 3. So I'm gonna put my fuse popper in there and then see if it popped. I bet it's gonna be this contactor here for the heat cut. We're also dealing with zone system and 2 thermostats. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if emergency heat kit kicks in the heat, so, and see if it pulls emergency. We'll sit here and watch it. If that kicks in and that trips, then we probably got a bad contactor. We'll test it out. I don't think it's a thermostat or a board or a red wire issue. It had already tripped. So we're gonna sit here and wait. Coming to these little homes, they got a nice stairwell in this attic. Let's check this attic out. Look at all this space up here. And look, there's even more. The storage up here is awesome. I want one of these just so I can store my Christmas gear, because my attic is full. The heat strips are on right now. So nothing has popped yet. I'm waiting for this to pop. The heat pump's running, the heat strips are on, everything seems to be running fine, and nothing has popped. So could have just been a power surge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it off, and I'm just going to test this contactor since I think it's that, and then I'll just go outside and test that contactor too. We're also going to look for like loose connections. See, it seems all tight. Seems good, so I'm not sure. Update, I checked ohms on the contactor. You're getting 16, so that's good. You want about 10 to 20 ohms on the contactor coil. Check transformer, getting 2 ohms. You want about 1 to 10 ohms on a transformer, so that's good. This board seems to be good. I can go outside and check that, but I did notice this was against this metal here, And with vibration, you'll get rubbing. I don't see anything rubbed good, but maybe the red wire a little bit, but not all the way through. So I'm not sure, unless she had a power surge. It's the only thing I can think of. So once this starts running again, one thing you can do, and I like to do, is I'll put my meter in amps, and I'll put it around each one while it's running and see if there's like an amp spike or high amps pulling on the low voltage side. It could be this fan motor going out. Just looking at the rust and build up, it could just randomly pulling high amps through the low voltage. So I want to check that and see. High amps on low voltage, you shouldn't be getting a lot of high amps. I mean, you only have a 3 amp fuse, so you'll know that there's a problem that's drawing power or it's shorted somewhere. So we're going to check all that and see where our issue is. We have a lot of low voltage included, so we also have dampers and everything on the zones to take in consideration. So I'm just going to do a high amp draw on the main red amp first and see if we got high amps. If we don't, pulling from that transformer to pop that fuse, then we're probably good to go. It's an intermittent issue, or she has a power surge. It's the only thing I can think of. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to work our way to each color thermostat wire, and then I'll probably throw it on here just out of curiosity. I like to just check everything and see how stuff's running. And I know we've replaced this board once because there's a hurricane that came through. I replaced that once. I don't think there's an issue with the board itself. It seems to be working fine. But we could have a zone board or a zone failing on the damper. There's no telling. So we're just going to wait it out. We'll wait another 5 minutes for this thing to kick on. I'm only getting 1 amp, not even 1 amp on the red wire. So we're going to go over to the fan. That's good. Gotta go reverse the valve. That's good. So I think the fuse popped because something's vibrating, touching something. So we'll go outside and double check. This thing is running right now. So we're at time. Just touched this suction line, and it's getting cold, not hot. It's getting cold, so this thing is in cool mode. So I gotta figure out what's going on. Low voltage wise here. All right, so I took the wires off here because this is where it's coming in at. I got my common, and then I got my reversing valve here. This was to my reversing valve. I'm getting 18 volts here, and these 3 cables not being used, I'm getting 12 volts on each one. So we definitely have an issue somewhere. So I'm gonna have to do the old twist in pairs and all one out and see if I can figure out where the short is. I'm out of breath, but one thing to note when you're dealing with a zone board, thermostats come in, and then that goes out to your dampers, and then out to your equipment, and then from here it goes outside. As you can see, 2 wires going in. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna untie all this stuff. We're gonna tie them in pairs. I'm gonna go back outside, ohm it out, just to see if it's the wire going outside. It could be this zone board malfunctioning, because all the wires are being used mainly. But I think it's because when we had a hurricane, I had to cut the sheetrock out in the garage, fix the line set, and I bet the sheetrockers, when they put screws back in, they put a screw into the wire. That's probably what we're looking at. All right, so we got yellow to orange, red to green, blue to black, white to brown. We're gonna run outside and we're gonna ohm these pairs out, and we're gonna see if we got an issue with that wire going all the way outside. So yes, we got blue and white upstairs tied together, And then look. Doesn't all mount to yellow. So we got 4 wires shorted together. We got 1. It could just be the white shorted to these. And so what we'll do is we'll go black. See, black shouldn't be going to red. Alright, so I unraveled them all, untied them. We're gonna go see how bad this really is a short. Alright, don't know if you guys can see me, but right now we're on the black wire. And I'm all them out. So black to white is no connection. Black to red, shorted. Black to yellow, nothing. Black to blue, nothing. Black to orange, nothing. Some of this black to brown is shorted. So we got brown and red and black shorted together. Black to green is nothing. Okay. So now we're gonna check white. Nothing, 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 and nothing. Okay. Now we're gonna check yellow just to be sure that's not shorted to anything. We got black, red, and brown right now that's shorted. That's the only 3 that's shorted together. And nothing. Okay. And now we're gonna make sure blue's not shorted to anything. Okay. So black, red, and brown is a no-go. I'm gonna wire nut these 3 together, and then I'm gonna think of how I'm gonna wire this up so it can run. Because we had 3 extra wires coming out here, so technically we don't even need these 3 wires. So those 3 wires are done with. So we'll have heat for white, yellow for cool, orange for reversing valve, blue for common, and green for red, I guess, and we should be good. That's what I would think. I'm just going to go through and double check what we have still open to make sure it's nothing shorted to each other. But so blue going to all of the above seems to be good. Green going to all of the above. Seems to be good. Now I'm gonna rig her up. I'm gonna rig her up so it's running, but I'm also gonna get her option to run a new thermostat wire, because I think we had a short last time, and that's why white was the using as reversing valve instead of orange. So if something's moving in that wall and it's just touching other wires, right now it's not, but if that is happening, it's gonna short again. So we're gonna need to run a new wire, and I don't think she's gonna want it all the way down the side of our house from our attic. So I want to see if we can actually run a new wire. I just tested her out. It's almost impossible to run this new wire. It goes up over to the other side of the house between the floors and then up. We could run it out this attic and down the side of this house. It's gonna look ugly. So I'm gonna recommend a wireless thermostat communication system. So maybe we'll just get rid of all that and see if she wants to do that. But she's running now, but I just got a feeling there's more shorts that we're not seeing, and vibration is messing up this thermostat wire. But that's this fun call today. Hope you guys learned something from this one. This was a fun one, and be sure to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.